Hello world, WayofTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So I'm a little more prepared this time. We're going to do a bit of more magical wizardry with fourth, hopefully get this into at least this wall into some sort of running fashion. Now before we do that, let's page this to get rid of some of my testing. Now there's one word that I'd like to figure out. It's 2 power, pretty much. It's y equals 2 to the power of x. So let's just see if we can figure out that. So for instance, I know this thing right here, this double arrow to the left, moves over a number. Now I don't know if it's moves 10 over 2 times, which would be 4, or if it's 2 over 10 times. Let's check that and check the word which we get. So this moves 10 over 2 times. So the bit representation in this case, which is 1010, that's 10, gets moved over 2 times. So 2 zeros in that bit number get placed over there. So it's 101000, which is 40. So that means our 2 to the power of x would be 2x and the double arrow thing. This will be good for the future since we won't now need to make an extra word for it. So let's check our words that we have so far. I added reset all, so that I'll be able to reset the board without having to go through each and every single individual thing, because frankly that would be annoying. So we didn't do that. Though there are some words I'd be interested in investigating, that's not what we're doing. That's not what you're interested in. Let's work on this. So one of the words that we have to add is something called pretty much the add combo. We want to be able to add a combination to a particular B so that we'll be able to call it up on the board. That should be easy enough. So currently we have any high B, we have modest, and we have common. So for instance, let's try having any hive B reference itself. So that should be good. So wait, any B, I think, or is it hive B? Yes, it's hive B. Let's check what its IO expander is. We have it. Common should also be good. So common does not have one. We need to add that in. There we go. So now if we do common at, we should get the 5. Good. So now common is, well, good. So add combo should basically request 2 parents and a B. So parent 1, parent 2, and B. But needs to check through the B to see whether a combination has already been placed, and also whether the max allotment of combinations are, well, done. So for this, we have a bunch of blocks which will be able to give a good representation. This will be 0, and this will be the IO expander. Whereas this will be parent combination 1, parent combination 2, 3, 4, 5, and then there's etc. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This should help alleviate any sort of thing that we might have when working on this. So let's go onwards. So this will be add combo, and it'll be a do loop. Since we have 5 possible combinations, it'll be 5, 0, do. So we need to duplicate the address of the B that we have, and what we need to do is check if it's 0. So we have to go into, for this instance, we have to go into the first slot. Since it starts with 0, we have to multiply it by 2, that's 0, then add 1. That'll be slot 1, which will be the first slot for the parent. So I 2 times 1 plus, and we have to do cells plus. and then we have to do at and check if it's 0, meaning no address. If it is, what we need to do is go through, sorry, if it's not, let's see. Yes, okay, so if it's 0, it means it's empty. I had a bit of a brain, I don't know what the heck you call it, but if it's 0, it means it's empty. If there's stuff in it, that means it's not empty. Don't place stuff where stuff is already there. Always a good rule. So, let's see, we need to duplicate the B, and by rotating it and then swapping it, we gather one of the parents, which is parent 1 in this case, and then we have to do the parent 1 reference. Or parent 2 reference. It doesn't actually matter which location it is. So I2 times, so parent 2 reference will be at 2 to start off with, this place. 2 plus cells, and we have to put it into the B. Yeah, that sounded kind of gross. Okay, so then we still have the other B reference that we need to transcribe. Okay, since in the future this might be used in another word, we should also add a success flag. So if this works, we should add true, which is -1. Just in case we don't want to put any old number, because if we did, that would mean that the invert word would probably have a field day with it. Let's just say that. So to get out of this loop, since we added it, we don't want to continue the loop, we need to do unloop and exit. This exit will break completely out of the add combo word. And then we do then. So after that's done, we have to do loop. And if at the end of the loop, nothing happens. Yeah, if we get to the end of the loop and we can't really do anything, we have to drop the parent 1, parent 2, and the B. So we need to do to drop, and return a 0 saying that our mission has failed. Therefore, you should probably go home. So, let's see this in action. Hive B, and common. We'll put hive B and hive B into common by doing add combo. This will be one combination. And supposedly it works. So if we do add combo and do 1 cells plus at, we should see the hive B address. Why did it return an empty stack? I did add combo again. Whoops. That's a bit of a bad thing. Hope I didn't kill anything. So common, and we should check 1 cells plus at. And see what it returns. Should be hive B. If it's hive B, then it should have worked. Oops. There we go. It's the exact same as our hive B. So we got our add combo word. It should work. And pretty much we have consumed the first few slots of add combo. Yay! So there's stuff in these locations. We can reference it with cobblestone if need be. I doubt we're going to need to reference it in the future, seeing as we have other bees that we need to take care of. But oh well. So, now that we have this, what do? We need to display the information on this glory board. That kind of sounds bad. So, to display it, what we need to do is give the system a B, and then we need to go through it, check if there's anything in the combinations. If there is, then this is where the fun starts as I start gently floating away. Release the spacebar, dummy. There we go. So, Next, display. Now, since we don't really have any other parts of the system ready, such as all of the product lines and etc., we're going to have to keep this modular by doing displaying for the products in such a fashion that we can easily just string the future display words together. So we need to do a display, and we'll do display dot P or parents. P for parents, though that doesn't really work. Whatever. We'll just go with that and change it in the future if need be. So it needs to be a do loop, and this will accept B, because we gotta be what we be. So we duplicate our B twice. One of these is actually going to be checking whether the address given is a 0. If it's 0, that means we should probably get the heck out of here. You know, I think so. So, duplicate it so we have B on the stack 3 times. And we need this first slot in this. So, 2 times 1 plus cells plus gets the first, and we get the address in that location. So now we have the address of the first parent, and we'll duplicate it. So if this address is 0, we want to drop what's on the stack. So let's see, to drop, because we want to return B at the very end of this. If we don't really want the B, we can just drop it later. So unloop and exit. So this will exit out of it if there is nothing in the parent location. So if this thing is a 0, then that is not cool and you should be ashamed of yourself. Speaking of ashamed of yourself, Cobble goes here. Not there, not there, here. There we go. Glad you understand. This works too. So, now that we have to wait an eternity for compiling, we can then continue. So, we got that condition solved. We need to do another condition. And basically, now that we have the address of the parent B, what is in that as its first slot, right here, is the IO expander. So all we have to do is do the at and IOX address. So we got the address now, or rather changing the address to this. And then we take the I, and due to our power function that we actually have to do 2, I, and this. This will, and let's do IOX set so we have some context. What this will do is, say we're going through it the first time, we want to light up the white first for the first set of parents, the orange second for the second set of parents, then the magenta, which is wire 4, which is where the 2 to the power of comes into place. Then we have to do it for the other thing, so the other parent, and we have to do at twice, which kind of just looks weird. And enter, and then we wait. There we go. So we have the IO expander of the second parent. And we do that. And once again, we do the same thing. And of course, I'm being a little ditzy. And supposedly, this will work. I'm not too sure. So the good thing to do right now would be to get the floppy that's out of here and save, to make sure that we are able to work on it in the future. Fourth boot disk, go in here. Thank you very much. So let's save this floppy as B1. And there we go. There we good. Yes, there we good. So there, by the grace of God, go I. So common 1. We should be able to do common and display .p, and this shouldn't blow up. It shouldn't be the orange though, which is a bit of a problem. Why are you like that? Well, I guess the only way would be to add cultivated to make sure that it works later. So let's reset all. Rest, yes. Let's just rest. See what happens when I attempt to type while I'm talking? It's horrible. Horrible, absolutely horrible. It's like the worst thing that can happen. I know, it's just blah, 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 blah. Take that, physics. Okay, so it should finish resetting. There, it was relatively quick, though I don't know how much the counter is. So we have two options. One we could, well, let's just see. 2, 0. Oh, I did 2. It should be a 1. That makes perfect sense. Let me just retype that entire darn thing and then I'll be right back. And the Lord said, "Let there be white light." Oh, come on, really? Okay, now it's breaking on me. Oh, derp. Well, that was awkward. So, it should be done exploding now. Though I guess it's not going to do that anytime soon. So it halted. We should be able to... Well, at least I'll be able to cook my bread a bit better. It was a little bad. So it is currently dying right now. I should probably reset it completely. And it won't do anything since... Yeah, I guess I'll reset it. Get the word a bit more user-friendly. I forgot the loop at the end. How could I? And then we'll see what actually happens. Start? Start! Yay! I swear, it was just one word. One simple little loop. But did it work? No! It couldn't work because it just wanted to be annoying. Kind of reminds me of me. So, now that we got those little sets of shenanigans done, our reset all is currently going through it, and we should be able to, without having a little trailblazing expedition, just do display.p, making sure that our loop word is in, and comment display.p is working. We got our white light. Now the only way to see if it's really working is if we add in the cultivated 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's do that. So cultivated, do we have that? Good. Okay, so 6 swap and exclaim. That's good. And we'll add in our little fun stuff, which will basically the mutations required will be any hive bee and common. So we should be doing that. Hive bee, common, cultivated, and what is it? Add combo. So now it added the combo, and now reset all and cultivated, not add combo, but display.p. There we go. So after it resets the entire thing, it should display it. And making sure it works. Let's see. Waiting, waiting. Let's hope it works. Waiting, waiting. There we go. So any hive bee and common, they are lit up. Now for fun, we should add another combo, which will be modest and common. It's obviously the same thing, but for fun and testing, we should do it. So modest, common, cultivated, add combo. Please don't blow up. And it didn't for some reason. I have no idea why that is. So I don't think modest has anything. Yes, it does. So 0sb. Let's clear the stack. And then just do cultivated. Let's clear it again. Reset all, and cultivated display.p. So after a little waiting, let's just watch it with bread in hand or just a little F1 action. Come on. You know you want to. White first, then orange. There we go. So it's working, and with that in well, check, it should be able to do it with the rest of the system. As you see, common is the, well, common element. Oh, gosh, I always wanted to say that. And then we have cultivated as. Now, what I'd like to have maybe is have some sort of way to show that it's also that. Maybe have a light showing that it is, hey, I'm actually displaying the common information or the stuff for cultivated. But I guess, is that really needed? You're doing it in computer, and you should be able to just go walking down the aisles. Sorry, let's walk down the aisles. Walking down the aisles, and okay, those are lit. Yay! Now that is the problem with these holes, the hollow covers, is the fact that you can't actually see it from far away. Let's see. Let's act as if we're hugging this. We can see one if we just go like that, though that is not exactly a good design element. So maybe we'll remove the hollow covers just for sanity. Though I kind of do like them. Or make your own hollow covers just by using cover strips. That is pretty much what they are made of, and it might be less resource intensive. These are nice. They cover the lines. I like to color in the lines. So, I think this pretty much works out. All we need to really do is expand the territory, so to speak, and make this a little better. Now that's going to require resources in the ways of wires to make sure that everything is working, and time using either this Apiarist database or using the master Apiarist database just for the purposes of finishing this off for everything. Now that means I would use it for all the other bee stuff, but considering all of it is online, I'd have to think about that. Or you guys can write me a strongly worded, I'm sure, message on the forums or through all of the other stuff that you'd like to go through to determine that. So let's see. This stuff, I don't think there's any other stuff we can do with it currently without boring everyone to death with that stuff. So we probably need to focus on the hardware aspects right now. So let's expand this little platform slightly by, let's go with that, and 32 would probably be enough. Are you centered? Yes, you are. And I probably should look down instead, and that would work. So, what else are we going to need to do? We are going to need to have some sort of product table. Not products, maybe, but also a climate area. So as you can see, there are different ticks on it. With here, you can see icy, cold. This is normal, I'm sure. And there's other things. Let's look at our rocky ones. So warm is one of them, and hot, damp, normal, arid, etc. Now this can probably all be controlled by one IO expander with the correct colorings, and that will probably be it. So let's see, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now the biomes. That is going to be tricky because most of it is dependent on this stuff. Now what I could do is try to devise some sort of algorithm that looks up a biome list and what its attributations are, and then try to go through that way, though that might be a long and arduous process to go through each and every single time. There are a bunch of reasons why that would be a good thing, and a bunch of reasons why not. The main thing is the lowering of the amount of input that the player has to do to add more stuff in. Then again, you'd have to add the new biomes, which would be a PETA. Let's just say it's a PETA. So, in the meantime, since we really do not know what to do, we should probably develop some sort of board that will give all the information. Now, it's going to need to be out like so. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good. And there will be a row for all of the needed things. So, I think developing it's pretty much similar to how it is here would be the best approach, but considering that this is an even number thing and this is odd, it's going to be a little odd. So let's see what we can do in the meantime. We need to get the temperatures, which we'll probably have in bars of 3. Bars of 3, yes sirree, like so. And you won't be able to tell the difference. Let's put those on so we won't be able to really do anything. Now the other will probably have a middle that is nothing. Maybe? How are we to design that? Let's see, climate. Bars of 3 matters for that, but we have 6 things on the top for the climate. We don't really have that much persuasion, so to speak, for that to work. So how many do we have? We have 9 there. We can probably put it in 12, and that'll work. Let's have the center not do anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 there, and that is where it's done. This is how we do it. Da, da. Okay, there we go, and we'll have blank, which will be this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and to confuse ourselves, we'll use this. Hey, did I say you could do that? No, I did not. I did not say you could do that. So the lights here, lights here, lights here, lights, 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 lights. It's like a like fest. Like a like fest. That is very good grammar. So what type of lights will we have for this? Probably using the ones that we are given. Blue for water, I know that. So I'll construct the lights, place them down, and we'll see using just some levers how it looks. Okay, so we got some lamps already constructed. It took a bit of resources, but I managed to make it. So let's see, we'll have, for our nice wet environment, we'll have our cyan. Hey, did I say you could take that place? No. Bad, light blue. Bad. You can go into timeout area. So, cyan lamp here. Then we'll have the green lamps to do normal climate, and 3 of our red lamps for our harsh climate, so arid. I believe it's arid. No, it's, what was it called again? Let's look at our resilient, and it's the other way around. I guess I should probably do that. Did it? Fudge. Oh well, guess we're gonna be off by how many lamps am I gonna lose now? Really, man? Oh, I didn't lose that one. Good. Phew. That would have been bad. It's bad enough to lose 1 lamp, let alone 2. So put these into place. We're gonna have to let that live itself. And let's see. Yellow lamp to signify that. Let's see. No, yellow lamp's not there. Just to be safe, we are gonna do this. So, let's get our yellow. Yes, I knew you'd pop that way. Good job. Good job. So our other colors will have our slightly hot, we'll have very hot, and the you gotta be kidding me hot. And these are in the wrong locations anyways, so we still have to move them. Da 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 da. And we might as well move these in the meantime as well, though I cannot exactly place anything in fear of being a wreck. So that. Thank you, good sir. Anything else? No? That's a shame, because I would... Oh, now you decide to be friendly. Okay, I see how it is. You just want attention. That is not cool, man. That is not cool. There, and there. So, now with our stone bricks in hand, we'll just transform this quickly and efficiently into a solid stone block wall. For now, we'll probably want to pretty this up in some form or another in the future once we have some sort of design ready for this. So another thing I'll craft is quickly enough make some levers so that we can just see the general feel of this. And we might need a few more stone bricks because I don't know if I have enough. Yeah, I'll have enough. So I'll be right back with the levers. That'll be quick. And I don't have enough. That just sucks. Okay, so after a bit of a lever fest, we can put these on, and it seems like these do not follow the same dynamics as our other brethren, so we only need to flip one. And, well, duh, because it powers one and then it powers the one beside it. So, for instance, this would be the readout of some B that has that is normal and is +1 in both directions. Now we can probably hide it with some of our usual cover strips. That might be a bit more pretty because this, frankly, I could do without that overflow. And also maybe make some way to emphasize it without emphasizing it so much. Now the only thing we'll need to do is, well, get rid of the levers because dang, that's just ugly. And then we can probably work on the products area, which might be off to the side slightly, though I'm not sure exactly where I'll put it without having a bit more floor space, okay? I kind of am a little edgy. Then they realize I'm not kidding. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. You know what would have been a wonderful idea? Checking backpack charge. WayofTime here, signing off. Just to mess with me. Have a wonderful day.